This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Ping.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and the Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at tarainsight.com.
Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest today and co-host is Jason D. McKean. Hey, welcome, Jace.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, my guest is coming on probably here any minute, but, she did write a book called Acts of Power. And so we should read today's because they're all, they're inspiration, daily teachings for inspirational living. And she's a very big author. So I expect that, Zoom isn't giving her too much trouble to get into.
And who is that author?
She is Lynn Andrews. So, yeah, so it'll be fun. Oh,
sure.
Maybe she's on, she may, I said Pacific, but maybe, she's in a different time zone. So hopefully she got it. She might've been trying to do, 9 a.m. a couple hours ago. Anyway, trust your scene. So picking mushrooms is hard. You have to be like a mushroom yourself to find them under the pine needles in the forest. Just like what you see about yourself now, the truth. Like the mushrooms, it is there all the time. You just didn't see it. Ruby Plenty Chief's Tree of Dreams. So it's a lot of the inspirational stuff that's in all her books, in her 20 books.
That's a lot of books. That's she's been very prolific.
She's been prolific. She has been prolific. She's a beautiful woman, very prolific, and maybe she'll join us here in a few minutes. But besides that, hey, Jace, so we haven't been on since December. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022, and I'm hoping that you're going to get in the mode and in the mood to have a really great 2022. Don't we all need it?
Yeah, yes.
So anyway, so what is your New Year's, thoughts or, tell me about it.
Well, it's I am, like a lot of us, it's not just about a date in the calendar that turns over and it's like, oh yes, now I'm going to do this. Right. It's like the New Year's resolution is it's good to, have your goals, but if there is a time in life, like if it's like in the middle of June, I'm still like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to jump in and do that. But, to really look at, it's like the activities of late. It's like me and my wife, Sue, we've been hiking a lot. We've been going out. We've been spending time with the dogs and just enjoying nature. And, I feel that that's an energy, that, one is just looking to continue for, for good health, for connection to nature of, keeping things like simple too in one's being, where you can clear, anything that's too just, just if there's like a lot of drama or just energy that you're just looking to like kind of not have to engage in, you can, a walk in the woods, and the wizard always has, I always find like a wizard staff or something, a walking stick to like, to help me. I posted that photo.
Staff touched the snow.
Well, you saw that photo.
Green pea snow you saw that became a big element. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I tend to amplify, those moments when I see snow because of my days in Alaska where it's just like nothing but snow in the winter
Right.
time. But, when you see it, it's like, oh, it's like, it's my relationship with snow and all. But yes, it was icy. And so, yeah, I needed it to just, maintain my balance there because I'm also carrying a dog on my back.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is good that you guys carry him.
Yeah. Our girl Ananda, she is she's just getting up there, and she's a princess anyway. She's like snow, mud, so
Yeah.
it's Archie. He's like, yes. He's a trailblazer, but Ananda she's the princess.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. How about you? As far as do you have like a like a resolution or
well,
just something that
all
you're
morning
working on?
I've been working on. Well, the resolutions, I've been pretty solid on my resolutions for about a good year now. I joined the gym about a year ago, and I'm solidly always, on my programs.
Mhm.
So I decided that, yeah, I couldn't like eat my rations, how everybody ate their rations when they first got them, collected toilet paper and got the rations. Whereas, it's like, hey, no, this has to come back to the real zone. So that is exercise and eating well. And, and I eat a lot actually, but I eat, no sodium and no, low sodium, very low sodium, and try to keep the sugar down as well. Yeah.
Which is a thing, after the holidays, because there's a lot of sugar opportunities.
Right. Well, cookies were being dropped off at my house and cupcakes and all sorts of stuff during the Christmas break. And it was just like, well, I'm not going to make pies.
Yeah.
We had so much that it was just like ridiculous to put more sugar upon sugar. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we made a lot of food and it was just fantastic, really. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to look like some beautiful times there with your grand angel, and that's definitely what makes the holidays special.
She is. She's a very wonderful child, and she's 5 now, and she loves Uncle Jason. She wants to lock him up so she can play with him. Yeah, it's kind of like, what? What? Uncle Jason? Yeah, but she's just like, he has to play with me. Can he stay for hours?
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
To play Barbie too. Yeah, it's gonna be some girly activity, maybe even princess game where you have to put on jewelry.
Oh my God.
Before.
We did play that. So like my pretty jewelry or whatever that everyone played.
Princess, I think, or something. Yeah. Yeah, whereas I think Jason just collected his, and she was,
Well,
something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, the crown and all is, it's just like sits on the top of your head. It can't like.
She loves it. But she's loves to play games, and she's a real in that learning mode, which is such a beautiful time anyway.
Yeah, it's the holidays, they seem to go by faster, like after Christmas. It's kind of there's that build up towards Christmas, and then it really zips on
really
by.
Slow it down when that's there, because the kids are just Christmas, they can't wait. And then afterwards it seems to speed up a bit.
Yeah, and then it's like, getting back into the routine. And I get it where people can be a little bit like, like there's this period of letdown or where it's like easing back into a more normal routine. I don't know, but guess who's here? Our guest.
Oh, she's coming in?
Yeah.
I don't see her yet, but nice.
She's coming in.
Oh, hi. Welcome, Lynn.
Her audio is still
Okay.
It's still coming in. Yeah.
Nice.
There she is.
Hi.
Hi. We've been bragging about you.
Good morning.
Good
Where
morning,
are you guys?
Jason. This is Jason. Yeah, my co-host and
Wait a minute,
brother,
your name is Jake. His name is
Jason.
Jason.
Mhm.
And you are the most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think the same of you, so thank you so much.
Okay, Jason and okay.
All right.
And
I don't know if
Tara.
it's gonna work. It's all right.
Yeah. So we were just reading January 14th, which was Trust Your Scene, in your book, because lots of power. I always carried all of your books in my Malibu store.
You know what? I have 2 new puppies. And he is getting them right now, so we won't be bothered again. Sorry. So sorry.
Okay. It's okay. It's the fun part of life with puppies.
I know. A good part.
They are. Good part. And then you're a horse girl too, because I'm a horse girl. So
you are.
So we're horse girls. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What kind of horses?
I have an Argentinian thoroughbred and a quarter horse.
Oh.
Yeah. And I know you have Arabians, right?
Yes, Arabians and quarter horse, half Arab.
Oh, nice. Nice. I used to have a half Arab for 27 years. She was a great athlete. Yeah.
Oh, did you show her?
No, I just played with her really for 27 years. She was my
Isn't that lovely?
She was just my best horse. Yeah. And then the other one I had, the quarter horse, she was in training for 7.5 years to put her in the show circuit, but I just really never did it. And I could never sell her or anything. So, and then the Argentinian girlfriend, she went all over the place playing polo, but she was an incredible athlete. So, yeah.
Did you play polo too?
I've taken lessons. Yeah. It's been fun.
Hard game.
It's a very hard game because you have to bring that mallet all the way back, and then you got to miss the horse's legs as you bring it forward. Running as fast as you can.
Right.
Yeah.
God, that's fun. That's so good.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah. So are you still showing your horses?
Yes. Reserve champion at Scottsdale last year.
Nice. Beautiful. I love it. Mm-hmm.
So where are you?
Yeah. I'm back east right now, but Jason's in Malibu.
Malibu?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
He's a rat.
Wait a sec. Why?
You're in Malibu. Where in Malibu so I can feel really bad?
Well, it's
kind of central.
It's in the part where it's very busy with PCH, the highway, but then the ocean right there.
Yes.
So I get to see the ocean and the sunsets and the sunrises.
I live on the ocean. They're mermaids.
It's incredible.
But yeah, so you're before Malibu Canyon. You're kind of Malibu down from sunset on. Yeah. Oh God. That used to be the most wonderful area. My glasses are shining.
It still is, Lynn.
It was just so incredible. Almost moved there, but didn't. Had I only done that.
How come you didn't move to Malibu?
At that time, I thought it was too far out. God forbid I should be away 20 minutes from town.
Yeah.
Right.
The only reason, and I would move back there to hot New York second now,
Right. Well,
So,
Arizona's
So
pretty.
you have a house there. Do you have an extra bedroom?
Yeah, if you need to crash, it's like, come on over. If you need to write a
Okay.
book, or something. It's like,
Yeah, I'll be there for about 6 months. Is that okay? It takes me about that long to write
That'd
a
be
book.
great.
we're just talking, about the number of books, that you've written. I mean, you're very prolific.
Well, I guess that's a compliment, I hope.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can be prolific with lousy books, I suppose.
Yeah, one could, but it's like you have a theme that you love to
I love that.
keep like this place of empowering people, of
Mhm.
empowering women, of connecting with the ancestors. And what's Acts of Power is your latest book?
Yes, it is. And actually, it comes, I think, today is the pub date, I think.
Nice.
Today?
Today.
That's
Today.
fantastic.
Let's see if I can. There we are.
Yeah, we both.
Isn't
So
that the
everybody
greatest
gotta get it.
cover?
Beautiful.
I'm so thrilled.
It's beautiful. I was just gonna say that. It's just absolutely stunning. It's a stunning cover. Yeah.
But you know what? Even better than this, they're putting it out in hardcover first, which I've never seen yet. I mean, my other books are in hardcover, but they've kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you've been in that time. We were just talking yesterday. I have a friend who's owned a lot of bookstores, and we were saying how we can never get rid of our books because they're just so beautiful, and we wouldn't want to have to collect them over again. And it's so hard.
That's right.
You just don't go into the bookstore and just grab your pile.
Yeah, isn't that, you mentioned another sad thing, bookstores, how many do we have left?
5.
Right. I know. Well, I know, but we can still get them, so that's good.
Yeah.
But I know exactly. Yeah, we just have to keep moving forward.
But we can't go into Westwood and go to a movie and go to the bookstore.
Right.
There was a 2-story bookstore, remember? In Westwood.
Yeah.
And it was so wonderful. I practically went there every day because it's so fun to really see the books and look through them. In this kind of a situation, how do you find books that you've never heard of?
Right.
Well,
I go to a lot of and who taught me this was Jess Stern. Remember Jess Stern, the writer? So he taught me to go to all the used bookstores or to little bookshops where they had used, because he was looking for his books to give away. And so, I still love to go to used bookstores. And
I do too.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Jess Stern. Oh my God, I haven't thought of him in a very long time.
Yeah.
Well, he was down in Malibu.
Yeah, well, that's why I ended in Malibu, and that's why Jason ended in Malibu. We ended there because of Jess Stern.
Yeah.
And Dick Sutphen. I was married to Dick Sutphen for 30 years.
Oh, you were? Oh. Well, of course you were.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's where we ended up in Malibu. But yeah.
And if you lived here in Malibu, Lynn, you would think of Jess Stern a lot more.
I would.
Well, and we would have loved to have had you around anyway. It would have been fun.
Yes, I like being passed around. It's just fun.
Yeah. And so you have your mystery school now.
Yes.
Mystery school for how many years now?
I've had my mystery school for about 20 years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's a 4-year shamanic consciousness training school. And it's a school without walls, so you don't have to come to me, to be able to study. I've written the entire curriculum from beginning to end, so we can talk like this, and people can do their work without having to be, right here. Do you want me to move over a little bit? I didn't see that thing there.
Oh,
Is that better?
fine. No, you were fine. You were fine before too.
Okay, all right.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So anyway, it's been quite a journey, I must say. And you know, writing a book is just the beginning, as you
Oh
know
yeah,
well.
just the beginning. Yeah, usually you just write the book and then, you know, you add to it as you go along. But, you know,
Right.
when it's done, you know, that project's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's beautiful though. I mean, 21, I think, actually, this is the 21st, isn't it?
The 21st or 22nd.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's up
I'm so
there.
proud of this book because to get this book written, I had to go through all my others. And
Right.
sometimes you write a book and you forgot. I've forgotten. Oh my God, I wrote about that. I forgot that I'd done that. You know, and I
Right,
was looking for these pieces in here.
Right. Yeah, it's such beautiful quotes and beautiful advice through all of them. I mean, you know, you just want to read the whole thing. But, you know, it's just every day you can pick it up and it's an inspiration. So nice.
Which is so good for people. I think today we're all mixed up, for one thing. You know, we don't know if we're coming or going with the pandemic.
Well, right. Well, I think that our world was going a little too fast. You know, I've been trying to study it. And then all of a sudden we came to a screaming halt.
Yeah.
Screaming halt. Like, stay in your homes, don't talk to anybody, don't socialize, don't work, don't do anything. And
That's
so
right.
now, you know, people are scrambling because they don't really know how to do anything anymore. They're like, God, should I talk to that person? Should I socialize? Should I go to work? Should I do this? You know, and so it's a jumble. Everybody's competing about that instead of just, you know, we got to get back to living, period. Yeah.
Yeah, but what is living is what people are saying. What is living? And so many jobs have disappeared also.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. So many. Yeah, we were talking about shoes. You know, there's no more shoe salesmen anymore. You know, everything has, you know, everything's kind of changed.
Oh, I love it. You got only sandals now.
Right.
Well, either that or people buy stuff online. You know, it's like they'll see shoes and they'll just get it online.
You know, that is, I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It makes things so easy in a way, but it makes me very sad in a way, because let's just say you're buying dog food. You know, there's a little person here in Arizona that I go to. She has a little shop, you know, and it may be 1 or 2 pennies more expensive, but support her so that she can continue to have her shop, you know.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
If everybody's buying online, you're out of business.
Well, plus online too, I did buy my daughter Cheyenne some shoes just recently, probably about 2 or 3 months ago. I paid $49 for them. She got them and she said, Mom, they're terrible. The quality is just awful. She said they were trying to mimic some other really big line, and she said that they're awful. Like, and so I've done that, and then I bought this dress for my sister once too, and it was so pretty in the ad, and it was so terrible when she got it. Now we laugh and laugh over that dress. Yeah. It's terrible.
But I don't know how, as a woman particularly, you can buy anything. How do you know that it fits? I mean, a man can buy a shirt and he knows extra large, probably going to fit me.
Right. Women are just not for that. No, I want a store. Yeah, I want to be able to try it on.
Yeah. That's part of the fun, I think.
Yeah.
But it's taking over our lives, unfortunately.
Right. So you love to shop with Sue, Jason?
I not for clothes, no. No,
No, because you
that's
just
not
sit
my
outside
favorite
and
thing.
wait.
I usually get relegated to holding her purse.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, definitely. Men are
Yeah.
purse holders.
Well, you could then just run down the street and disappear. Just think how much money you'd have.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep
Yeah,
that
I'll
in
tell you
mind,
that.
but it's going to get me in trouble, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's in big trouble afterwards. Yeah, you go running away.
So does it take you six months to write a book?
Oh, every book is so different. I write autobiographies. These are books, almost every one, are about my life with women of high degree, meaning Native women who they're medicine women. They've got healing skills of one kind or another. And I can't just say, okay, HarperCollins, I'll give you this book in 2 months or 6 months, because I'm writing about what I'm experiencing. And I may experience that very quickly, or it may take years.
Yeah. Now I've seen some books that you've written, right, that have been more like fictionalized, right? Like love stories and things like that, like Dark Sister.
Dark Sister was real. That was Sin Corazon. It was about her, not me. Sin Corazon is a very powerful shaman woman who has tremendous skill, but she had one frailty, and she met a sorcerer from the South, from South America, and he was evil, dark soul. But in the process of being that dark soul, he learned how to be intriguing and very, people would gather around him. He had that ability to, I don't know, bring people close to him, and then he'd use their power. And he would just tear them up in an energetic way. And he was very bad, very seductive. And Sin Corazon was seduced really into his world, and she couldn't get out of it until quite a bit later. She was the only person, I think, ever that was asked to leave or thrown out of the Sisterhood of the Shields, which is a small group of us, shaman women from around the world. There's 44 of us.
So she was, so Dark Sister, that's why she was the Dark Sister. She was. She was vacillating between the light and the dark because of him.
And she went for the dark. She jumped into it.
Yeah.
And there was a gateway. I'll never forget it. And this little, actually it was, I'll think of it in a minute, up in the mountains. And there was a wall, sort of an adobe wall built on the edge of town. And there was a turquoise gate, old, dilapidated gate. And you had to walk through that gate for this sorcerer. And if you walked through it, and he pretty much let her know what it was. And then if she walked through that gate, that she was his. So that's what she did. And it took years to get her back, or for her to get herself back.
Right.
So now
that's an interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting concept too for a lot of women, that they lose.
It is.
Yeah. So, and to come back into your personal power.
Yeah.
And not give away your power in the first place. So she was a
That's
really
right.
good teacher that way, probably.
That's what happened with her. She gave all her power to him.
Mhm.
And then slowly she had to bring it back.
Yeah, you see that a lot. Mhm.
That theme of power,
Yes.
you know, is it seems to, I mean, that's something that you write a lot about. Is it, it's one of those words as a practitioner where I wrestle with it, right? Because it's all about how one uses their own power in the world. You know,
Right.
if there's a positive force behind it, or you know, one is looking to manipulate, control, and so you know, how is it that you best define power for, you know, for gathering, for the individual?
Well, two different things, I think. A power for a gathering is a circle of power that you hold for an entire group
Mhm.
during the, you know, the teaching or whatever you're doing. The personal power, however, I couldn't work, gosh, excuse me, I couldn't work with you, for instance, and say, oh, I'm going to give you a little bit of power here. Not, God knows, not that you need it, but just say you did. I couldn't give you that. I'd have to bring you to a place where you realized how special you are and how powerful you are, and what an incredible, magical occurrence it is to be in a body. I mean, think how magical our whole system is. All the things that are going on in our body, that, well, it is a miracle. So once you're aware of that, how can you think? How can you say to whoever your God is, or prime mover, gee, you know, that I'm nothing special. You know, I hate myself. I hate my hair. God, am I ugly today? I think, you know, my eyes are terrible, my nose. You know, people talk, women do that so much. You know, you go into a room at a restaurant, and there's somebody, it seems, always just running themselves into the ground. And it's like taking this beautiful gift of life and just throwing it away.
Yeah.
Right. It's all about, create the creation of what you're experiencing at the moment. And if you don't create it, nobody's going to do it for you. Yeah.
That's one of the things in active power, acts of power. It's one of the reasons I wanted this book in particularly to come out, because it takes powerful pieces from my different books and puts them in an order, in the order of how our days come to us, you know, and gives you an inspiration. I don't know, from what I sense and working with people, so many people don't know what to do now. You know, they've been in their home for many, for over a year, being careful, learning to be afraid of something they can't see. You know, and where did this come from and why? And I know, I see people confused. So I write this book so that you can have a daily teaching that you can kind of use as a point of reference for your day. Hopefully. I think it helps.
Yeah, I think it helps. I mean, the one yesterday was really pretty. It's passion. The one yesterday was passion. Embrace the life of a wanderer, finding oceans of joy in the unknown path to the next horizon. Find a different kind of security, one that is in your heart, in a place of peace and well-being. It is the treasure of your hero's journey. Lynn Andrews, Sacred Vision Oracle Cards. I thought, wow, that's just what you're talking about now.
Right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason I did that. I've done 2 decks of cards, and they're quite different from one another. One is the power deck, which is very classical. They've each got, every card has a different painting on it. They're beautiful. Rob Shelton did that artwork. He is so talented. And then I did an oracle deck just recently, which is the paintings on each card are done by Robert Taylor, who is an old friend. He's a Native American from Oklahoma. And oh my, his work is breathtaking, really good. And we did cards for prophecy more. And I think that helps too. Just gives you a little more strength to get through the day.
That's right.
Or see how beautiful the day is.
Yeah, well, I love to collect cards. I have your power cards, and now I'm going to have to collect that deck because I collect all cards and collect as many books as I can too.
I know. I've got about 5,000 books in this house.
I know. Me too. It's like,
yeah, I'm sure. I'm always looking for a piece of wall where I can put a bookshelf.
I know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, books are our friends. You know, they've been our friends through your authorship. They've been your friends for sure. You know,
through thick and thin, I must say.
Right. That's great. So, what's your next project?
You know, another medicine woman book, along with, I've written all the medicine woman books and I haven't finished that. So I'm going to be writing that part, you know, the end sort of my work with them.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. So well, and I mean, does it finish up the work as far as like, you know, because it's a body of work. You're wanting to leave the body of work, and probably you've already left basically so much knowledge. But you know, there's always so much more that you're just not going to learn all of it in this lifetime. But there's
and just think,
help others.
We've had this experience.
Yeah.
Which I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Didn't mean. I'm closed my mouth.
It's okay. Now, so yeah, this experience. Yeah. So you're going to write a little bit more how people can use rituals and different teachings to help them through this experience to get to the next phase of their life. Yeah, I think that's great.
And the deeper meanings behind that. And one of them is, you know, a lot of people don't feel worthy. They don't feel that they're special enough to have higher knowledge. And we have to move into the landscape of higher wisdom. And the world is telling us that, as you plainly know.
Yeah. For those who are listening. For those who are listening. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a big one, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Is how to listen.
Yeah. Now, you know, with my hypnotherapy practice and my psychic readings and stuff, I'm always, I realize that people don't really listen sometimes. And so if I have clients who you know, who really listen, gosh, their lives just move in the most magical directions. But people who don't really, who can't get something, and, you know, and I'm always about that. I want to be clear to someone and I want to say the right thing at the right time so that they can hear it. It's not necessarily how I speak it, it's how they can hear it. And so, you know, it's really interesting though, that when somebody just jumbles it up in their head and they just really can't hear it, like they go back right on track to their stress level of going round and round and round instead of progressing with their body to actually move toward what they need.
Mhm. I think that's, don't you, sweetie? I think that is one of the big issues, is that people, even if they're really miserable, they don't want to change anything
Yeah.
because they think it's going to get even worse. They don't realize if they don't change, it really will get worse.
Right. Well, usually, yeah, that's when it's grinding down their life, when they won't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, their money stops. Yeah. I mean, and we know this just from the pandemic. As far as just the lockdowns, that people's lives have kind of grounded down to a halt.
Yes.
And instead of kind of moving their bodies slowly and going forward, they're staying very very locked in and locked, scared, fearful. Yeah.
I find that there's been an opportunity in the, at this time for, because people's lives were going very quickly and then they came to a stop, was for that interruption, that pattern interruption, for someone to like say, whoa, to take stock of their environment, of their own intuition, and to see if they were like headed in a direction that they wanted to go in, or if it was something that they were looking to change up. I've had a lot of people who became very interested in the tarot and all, and in me, teaching them tarot, because they wanted to take this opportunity to deepen their own spiritual connection, and then be of service to either themselves, or family, friends, or they're ones who become practitioners. But to change the potential direction of their life. And it's not everyone sees that. Not everyone is at that place of seeing it. But because of of your books, Lynn, because of Tara's work, because of all the practitioners that can be a force for guidance, and saying, hey, opening up to your best self, and a place of empowerment, of power, of seeing how you can make a difference in your life and in the life of others. That's
how do you see men dealing with that right now? Do you think it's different from what women are facing?
I mean, I've seen like the spectrum of men who have been very I'll say in like a fearful place, or a place of where they're not looking to fall sick, or lose their health, but I've seen others who have just been like very opportunistic, very like it's like, oh, there's that space that just opened up, and I need to go in that direction, and also I can't say that it's been one way or the other. I've seen
we're
a
in
wide
LA.
array.
Yeah, so LA, they're movers.
Oh, you have to be if you're going to make it in LA.
Yeah,
for sure. And I miss LA with my whole heart and soul.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah, I mean,
in the desert.
Yeah,
it's been very, it has had its moments of being quiet though too. LA has, as far as like the traffic and all that, but I've seen where a lot of people are they're still wanting to do, and and to be a force of where they're not just getting passed by, I think that's what people worry about, is that if they're kept from being able to express themselves, to do, that life will, that they feel cheated. It's like, well, why me at this time? Why do I have to not get what I need? And maybe that's more exaggerated, in the cities, rather than being out. It's like I was just telling Tara.
Certainly in LA, you've got to be focused.
Yeah, you got to
It
be
would
focused.
seem to me. I mean,
Oh,
having grown up
Yeah.
there. I mean, my whole life. Well, I was in Beverly Hills,
Yeah.
and a blonde from Beverly Hills writing about Native Americans. Oh, great. I mean, everybody had a field day making fun of me,
Yeah.
that's for sure. In the very beginning,
Yeah.
before they realized that I was writing something important for them,
Right. It's been an important work, beautiful work.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I think
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
living a beautiful
I was
life.
up for a Pulitzer at one point,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
so that's nice.
Yeah, that's it's like it's like it's hard to say, if the message, if it chooses you, or you choose the message, right? It can be a little bit of both. It's like when I recorded my first Om recording,
Yeah,
the
Jason
eternal Om.
Well, she probably doesn't know, but Jason sold 1 billion copies of Eternal Om.
Not 1 billion.
So the thing is, it's been 1 million.
Sounded like 1 billion.
It's 1 billion. Yeah.
I think it's been listened to like 1 billion times, but it's like, it's like
Yeah.
I didn't choose to say, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. But it's like you gravitate towards it, and then it starts to, become you, and you can be an unlikely messenger. You can be the blonde from Beverly Hills who's like, it's like, this is like the shamanistic,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to be different because you couldn't be like everybody else, otherwise the message doesn't get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like Jason with the home. Yeah, never got there.
But
and
it
so we
is
call it home tarot wizard.
It is like stepping into one's power, like owning that identity, owning that power, and then using it in positive ways, in life building ways.
But right, no, Jason, your name is Jason.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stepping into that is the key. If you've grown up feeling not worthy, if you always had a parent that said, oh, for heaven's sakes, don't try that, you have to be smart to do that, or similar, you don't know how to step into your power. You may sense it, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how. You don't know how to drop that old baggage that you're carrying of being, you were tutored to be the opposite of what you really want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my books come in there. I want to show you how you can get out of that position of being, I'm not good enough, or the different fears that we all have. I mean, you break down every fear, and it usually is fear of death, fear of losing one's life somehow. And if you can just realize that and say it, and say, I'm blocked here. I don't know how to get from A to B. And then you go out and you try and find a teacher who actually is a teacher. And there's so few. You have to, you need a cookbook for finding the right person to impart wisdom to you or help you find it. It's a road trip, so to speak.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, but the teacher appears, right, when the student is ready.
Well, that's what they say. I hope so.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's a few false starts. There's practice teachers,
Oh,
but
yeah.
So where can your website, is it just lynnandrews.com or is it theandrews.com?
Well, lynnandrews.com
Okay.
or lynnandrewsproductions.com.
All right. So everybody can find you through that.
Yes.
So it's L-Y.
And I have a website
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So everybody can have a look at it.
Yeah. There's something blooming outside, and I'm.
Yeah, it's gotcha.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all right. I wasn't talking over Christmas. I had laryngitis over Christmas, so.
Oh no.
No, exactly. Yeah, my voice is just still coming. But how about you, Jason? How can we find you? And why don't you show your book too? Jason just published a book.
Oh, you did, Jason.
in hardcover.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Good.
So it's the Magic Channel tarot reading with the Tarot Wizard.
Oh, you're
And
a tarot wizard.
I am a tarot wizard. Yes.
Wow.
I own that. Not like a royalty thing or a copyright. I step into that ownership of being the tarot wizard, and teach in Japan. I teach in the US, of course, English, but also through a translator in Japanese.
Yes. Oh, I think, may I have a tarot reading from you?
Absolutely. We can.
I would just love that.
Absolutely. My website, jasondmckean.com, and Facebook, Jason D. McKean, and Instagram, Jason Tarot Wizard.
Yes.
How about you, Tara?
I am TaraInsight.com, TaraInsight.com. And you can find me I'm Twitter, Tara Sutphen, Tara Insight on Instagram, Tara Sutphen on Facebook. Everybody can come on in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
And Jason, what is yours?
What's that? Instagram?
No, your how to reach.
Oh, they're at jasondmckean.com. There's my email.
And it's MC.
Capital KEAN.
Great. .com.
Yes.
Yeah. And isn't that your Yahoo address too? She can just send you direct.
Yeah.
Your Yahoo address.
Yahoo.com.
You Yahoo.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely a cowgirl.
Yeah, really.
You are. I love it that you're a horse girl too. I love
Where
it.
do you keep your horses?
Well, now I'm keeping them about 10 minutes from my house. So
Up
yeah.
Malibu Canyon or
Yeah. It's I know it's more of a stable, but that's great. Yeah. But yeah, they have a great place right now. I love it actually. Absolutely love it. Love everybody I'm around. So it's great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's not Topanga Canyon, but Malibu.
Malibu. We're all Malibu.
Yeah. It's so wonderful. What a lovely place to live. You must be.
We've lived there for a long time.
I agree.
I'm LA. Yeah. LA girl. But I'm around everywhere else. I'm not home now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
It looks like we're like wrapping up. It's been a pleasure, a real pleasure to talk with you.
Yes,
Lynn.
Wonderful to get to know you.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And we never, all of us, never get time to talk to each other. So I'm thrilled. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
You use my books. Enjoy it. And I'd love to know from both of you how it feels to you.
Okay,
Thank
beautiful.
you.
We will.
Okay.
We'll keep in touch.
Right.
Okay, lots of love.
Okay.
Bye.
Blessings.
Lots of love, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for listening to Transformations with Tara. Tara hopes this program brings guidance and insight towards a better tomorrow. If you have any questions or inquiries, or would just like to know more about Tara Sutphen's workshops and seminars or private sessions, please visit her website now at tarainsight.com. Until next time, many blessings.